It has finished Altrincham 0, Woking 1 here at the J Davidson Stadium this afternoon. We're talking to Altrincham manager Phil Parkinson. Phil, any complaints with the result?
No, I don't think so. We didn't do enough to win the game. The only bit I would say is, I've said it a few times, well, a few too many times of late, we draw that game. I'm not saying we deserved a draw, but they haven't worked Ethan a great deal. We've defended well enough to draw. We should have seen the game through. And to get done on your attacking corner is an absolute disgrace. So the lads are fully aware of that. So yeah, where you say about any argument, certainly not in terms of a Woking. They've come for what they've got. They were packed full of midfielders and defenders, and they've done a job on us today.
And very much a different Woking side than the one we met at the start of the season and the one that played the first half of the season.
Yeah, much change, which we knew, and that's why you do your research so you understand what you're coming up against. But as I said, as much as we haven't played well enough to win, they haven't done a great deal to win the game. They've had a cheap goal at the end there that we've given them, and fair play to the lad, he's took it brilliantly. But we had that same scenario at Dagenham and Redbridge, a clearance where we haven't defended that well enough. We've been a bit naive. I always speak about the group's age, demographic, and hey, I pick them, I put them out there, so maybe I'm naive as well to think that they can do it every single week, every single day, because that's what you have to do to churn out results. They're packed full of experience, know-how, and you could see that where you say the much change. That's why they're climbing the table now, and that's why they've had so many last-minute winners, because they know there's always an opportunity to counter on a team who can have that slight moment where they've not got it right defensively, and we've took another severe body blow there.
We've lost a point with that last-minute goal, but perhaps even more concerning, the injury to Isaac Marriott. What can you tell us about that?
Nothing yet. So obviously everybody could see him being carried off. I don't know if that's precautionary. I'll find out as soon as I go back inside. But when you see one of your key players carried off, it's not great, is it? And it probably sums up where we are at the moment.
So Tuesday night, York City here, and if we can beat York City, that would make it 6 points out of 9, and we have to look positively at it. Today is a big disappointment, but at the end of the day, we've lost just the 1 point, so huge game now Tuesday night.
No, you're right, and this is the challenge to all players, staff, myself, to pick yourself back up when you've had a body blow. And it's just, I feel the same as everybody else around here. It's really difficult when you've had such a great season so far, and it feels like you're petering out at the end, when we could see them rays of light from the Dorking game, the grit, the determination, which we had to do there. They were physically superior to us again today, and we're finding that a lot at the moment. Obviously the pitch is really difficult to play on, but we know it's not going to change. We've just got to get on with it, but it does not help us at all, and we've got to find a way to be better with the way that we're playing at the moment, because at the moment it's not good enough.
And do you think we're likely to experience similar games to that to the end of the season? This is the stage of the season where you do get those nip and tuck games. There's very little in it, and chances at a premium at both ends.
Yeah, absolutely. And we've got to, I said to you a few times, we've got to come out the other end. That should have been a draw today for us. We haven't played well enough to win. And as I said, as much as I haven't got an argument for it, I don't think Woking did enough to beat us as well, but we didn't play well enough. So we'll look at it as how we've played, not how Woking have played. Woking have been really robust, really strong, really experienced, played the game the way they needed to play it coming here, because obviously they'll be aware of our threats as well. Did a man-to-man marking job on Chris Clark, where we should have had the overload in centre of midfield, and we didn't use it at all, bar maybe once or twice. So again, complete naivety or lack of quality or confidence, or maybe a belief in the pitch to be able to get on the ball under pressure. But they shouldn't have been under pressure. There was a 3v2 in there. So that's one thing that I'm really not pleased with. And then when we got into the final third, some of our decision making wasn't great, but we didn't barely get into our final third. And like I said, it just had a draw written all over it, and that's what's absolutely scalding me, the fact that we haven't got a draw. We are young, we've got to learn. And when I say young, I said it a few weeks, we're not babies, but we're inexperienced at the level. Inexperienced at the point of knowing exactly what you've got to do to win or draw games like this. As you said, it's nip and tuck. They've got no room for error when you're down there. They've got to come here and get something, and they have, fair play to them. But we've got to do better than that. We can't allow teams to to counter on us like that when we're in a strong position in their defensive and our attacking third. It's got to be much better than that, and unfortunately we've been undone with a very similar goal that we conceded at Dagenham and Redbridge, and we'll have to look at that. I'll have to look at that in terms of might need to leave even more players back when nobody's up. So it's about recovery runs, it's about being aware of threats, it's about a desire to win contacts in the 18-yard box as well when we've got all our centre halves up, a centre forward and their centre mids on the edge, and they're still able to come out with the ball. It's not acceptable, and it's something that we've got to fix and get right.
And whilst we're on a bad run at the moment, we're still just a couple of points outside the playoffs. When you look at it in the round, on the season as a whole, we've still got every opportunity of getting the playoffs, and there's plenty to look forward to and plenty to work on.
Oh look, listen, you know me. If I stand here and be all positive with you, people will absolutely destroy what I'm about to say. So I can't win in these situations. Straight after the game, everybody's naffed off exactly the same as how I feel, the players feel, the staff feel, the volunteers, the directors, everyone who's trying to make this football club a Football League club. But I said it to you previously, maybe we're not quite there yet. But the ray of light, the positivity that I will take is Justin Amaluza getting through that. In terms of the 20 minutes that was it 30 or 20 minutes that he played there, he looked really strong. He was able to open up, which was massively pleasing. He's been such a miss for us. Regan Linney's back in 2 games, which again you can see is a miss for us. And there's a number of players defensively who played really well. So as much as I'm saying a little bit of naivety at the end, Ethan's had nothing to do because of all the territory that we had some great blocks. Bainesy and Coops deserved a clean sheet there, and they've not got one. Banco and Eddie included in there, but we've got to do better at those points of the game. At the end of the game, to concede like that, all of us deserve all the stick that we get. And listen, we've given it ourselves in there as well. We're very aware that it's not on. It's got to be better. But the positive signs are we know we will be better. We're obviously in a bit of a slump at the moment with results. And a couple of performances, not many, because I think some of the performances, as you said, when it's been nip and tuck, have been okay. But okay equals a draw, not a loss, and that's where we're at the moment.
And what can we expect from York City on Tuesday night?
I'll have a look at them now, Bryce. So obviously the games are coming thick and fast. You can't get too far ahead of yourself. So obviously they've got a new manager coming in. You have to take one game at a time. So that'll be my Sunday. Studying York, the same as Neil, same as the other staff, and preparing the lads for Monday. But we'll have a look at them coming in tomorrow.